Greetings from a nice cool day here in Southern California. Perfect day, actually. Just under 70 degrees. I'm getting ready to grill some steaks here shortly. But it's been a while since I did one of these video logs, and so got some things I just want to throw out there for some food for thought, things to chew on. And so we got April 8th next week. In case you didn't know, that's the day of the solar eclipse. Okay, so the last time we had a solar eclipse that covered the United States was in 2017, which just so happened to be the same year that we had the sign, the Revelation 12 sign, September 23rd of 2017. So during that eclipse, the trail or the flight or whatever, the path of the eclipse covered from the northwest down into the east coast, southeast coast. Well, this year it's going to do the opposite direction. The path is going to go from like the Gulf area through Texas on the way up into the northeast, even parts of Canada. So it's going to basically leave a big X across the United States. And so find that very interesting. Not that it's any kind of sign, but it is just a thought that, right after Biden makes a statement against Israel, I think a week and a half or so ago, and then we had that bridge that suddenly, coincidentally gets hit by a tanker and it collapses that bridge. I think, in my opinion, it's a little bit of judgment for turning your back on Israel. And then you factor in that because of what Biden did, the UN comes right behind him and basically speaks out against Israel. Israel's standing alone right now, and so praise God that they have a leader that will stick to his guns, unlike us. And so back to the eclipse, I find it interesting because along the path of this year, this next Tuesday is going to basically cover several cities that are named Nineveh. They're going to be directly in the path of this eclipse or very close to it. The city Nineveh, which is kind of strange because, that deals with Jonah. I'm not saying this has anything to do with it. I just find it interesting, just a topic to chew on. And then you factor in some other things that are interesting that are going to be happening on that same day. NASA, just read this morning. Well, it's been going on for a while, so in case you didn't follow, but NASA is going to launch some rockets during the actual eclipse while it's dark. And so they're trying to get some measurements of the Earth's atmosphere, that upper atmosphere. And they call this thing the APEP, or the atmospheric perturbation around eclipse path. And so it's very interesting because the name APEP, A-P-E-P, is a nod to the mythological serpent that was believed to be Ra's eternal adversary, symbolizing the eternal struggle between light and darkness. You can go to NASA's website, okay, and they tell you that's why they named it that. That's interesting. Not only that, but CERN is, who's got their own issues. They have this, they have this desire to open up a hole, a wormhole, some kind of thing to activate by this particle accelerator they've been working on forever. And so they're going to fire it up on April 8th as well. And so their idea is to kind of redo the Big Bang, so to speak. That's their effort, man's effort to redo the Big Bang, because obviously they don't believe in creation. And so this is something that they want to do. And it's very interesting that there's this statue of Shiva that is right there in the front of this CERN building, because CERN has always been a destroyer of worlds. Or excuse me, not CERN, but Shiva is known as a destroyer of worlds. And so they have this statue of this destroyer of worlds. They're going to fire up this CERN, this particle accelerator, on that day. NASA's firing some rockets into the stratosphere named after some, false gods, all on the same day. Cities called Nineveh are in the path of the eclipse, and it's just, to me, amazing that nobody said anything. And then you factor in that our president on Easter Sunday came out and made his, vile announcement of, Transgender Visibility Day on Resurrection Sunday, even though it really wasn't on the Resurrection Day, because that was the previous week or so, according to the Hebrew calendar. Anyways, that's a whole nother side issue, but the fact that he came out and said it, and that the church as a whole didn't say anything, or most people didn't say anything, they just kind of batted their eyes, it kind of made me upset. But could we see this giant X over the nation in the form of an eclipse in 2017 and this year in 2024 on April 8th? A big X. Could it be that, we're seeing some things, we're going to see some things transpire based on the leadership that has distanced himself from Israel, and the vile, things that they're pushing as acceptable, and the church as a whole is being quiet about it? It just kind of perturbs me, makes me think, and so I like to keep my eye on these things and pay attention. And so I want to encourage you to pay attention to what's going on. I don't know if anything's going to happen on this day, but I just find it interesting that they're firing rockets and they're firing up the CERN, and it's just kind of crazy stuff that's happening all on the same day. Meanwhile, most people are kind of clueless as to what's going on in the world. So really, we are living in the last days. This, whether it be a prophetic sign or not, has nothing to do with the issue. It really is a sign of the times that, this is how far man has gone. Man that opposes God and, wants to fire off these things on this day. And so look out, man. Keep your eyes up. Keep your hand to the plow. Keep on going. Keep on keeping on, man, because Jesus is coming soon. Till next time, we'll see you.